This is Kevin with Alpha Home Inspections. Today's date is October 10th, 2023, and we're performing a sewer scope inspection at 30760 Southwest Boones Ferry Road in Wilsonville, Oregon. City tap has been reached at approximately 44 feet from point of entry. Point of entry is a 4-inch ABS cleanout. It's located on the patio just off to the northeast corner exterior of the home. Water was run to aid in advancing the camera. It's been shut off and allowed to drain for approximately 5 minutes. We are going to pull back and see what we find. So connected here at the city tap, this is a concrete pipe. And then we transition over to cast iron here. So this cast iron, we can see has some pretty heavy scaling taking place. You can even see in the base there. So this is going to impede us being able to see any types of cracks in the pipe here until it's descaled.
I found you.
Hiding. So we are recording audio right now. So here what you're seeing, so this is
backwards?
Yeah, so I already pushed it all the way out.
Oh.
So this is all cast iron pipe here. What we can see, we're seeing is this basically it's scaling happening. Mm-hmm. It happens over time with cast iron pipe. Cast iron's usually supposed to have an average life of around 50 years. It could give us more, it could give us less, just largely dependent. But what scaling ends up basically doing is it'll fail from the inside out, kind of start just peeling away layers. Mm-hmm. But what this is doing basically is it's kind of creating in a way like a skin on the inside of the pipe, and so it's hard to tell what the actual pipe wall looks underneath that currently. And so what is recommended then at this point, when you start having scaling take place, is recommending having it descaled. At that point, it will kind of clean all of that off of the pipe, and then you have better visualization. Cast iron this age, you're going to want to start thinking of down the road here of one of two things: either replacement of the pipe or possibly lining the pipe. Lining the pipe is where they'll put a sock, basically. You kind of put a whole new pipe inside the pipe. You can only do that, obviously, when the pipe is still intact.
Yeah.
So.
Would you consider this intact then?
Yeah, the pipe's still intact. I'm talking about catastrophic failure, like collapse, something of that sort.
So would you recommend doing that sleep now at this point? Or?
You want to, it's, at this point, it's recommend having a sewer line specialist evaluate. Basically, they can look at this video and they can say, yeah, we're comfortable doing like descaling the pipe, and from there we can then make sure there's no cracks or anything like that, and say, hey, you might have X amount more time left with this pipe, or they might say, hey, we've hit that point. All right, at approximately 20 feet in, we transition from that cast iron over to an ABS pipe. We can see here on the right side that they use one of the rubber couplings, which has a slight edge to that cast iron pipe protruding. Debris doesn't appear to be catching on that, and it still seems to be functioning properly. All right, approximately 19 feet, 20-ish feet, we go into a little bit of a belly here. So just a short low point just on a turn. Continuing on.
So thick with this plastic pipe in it, that would have been...
That was a repair.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a full-blown they had a failure.
So they dug up.
Yeah, so you can see here, basically, so we transition at 17 feet over to back to cast iron pipe. Sorry. So,
Where was this at? How far is this under the house?
so no, this is all out in the yard. So this
sewer
is
this one?
yeah. So yeah, our sewer line is going.
Not to the street?
It's probably there's a utility easement. My guess is back there. If I was to take a guess. But again, transitioning here, so they've done repairs. That's why that ABS is mixed in. And then we're going to transition back here in just a second. But again, you can see where that's kind of flaking right there. You're having to build up.
What's a descaling run usually?
That I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I want to say it's several $100s at least. I would even probably guess it's probably even a little bit more than that. But what they run, yeah, see, so you can even see where scaling's happening so much. You can see the water path flow, and just ridging and whatnot. Some plumbers or sewer line specialists, and transition back again to, so this is the new ABS, so it's just right here underneath us. They might look and they might say, okay, if we do this descaling, we might run the risk of collapsing this pipe. And they'll have you, of course, sign everything off saying, yada, 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 with it all. So they're going to help determine what the best course is. They might say, hey, we might be able to hydrojet and break some of this junk off, but ultimately we're going to, if you want to line it, we need to try to smooth it out a little bit, or whatever it might be.
So what is this looking?
I'm not sure. If I was going to take a guess, because there is a same over on the other side, it looks like it'd be for a foundation vent or a foundation drain, i.e. for your gutters.
So the gutters are supposed to tie into it?
That's what it looks like it should be. It's not tied into this in any way, shape, or form. I would put a top on them. There's no reason to have anything else go down that just keeps going down. But
Put a big top so air can go down or something too? Or?
I would just cap it. I mean, altogether, just cap it off. I mean, you don't have to glue it on, cap it off, but put a cap over it so at least it's secure, so no one's going to come around and throw in a bunch of them. No, that shouldn't be so. Yeah, so sewer scope, descaling is really to be able to determine the exact